It wasn't my first time tasting smoke. I had kissed scorched spirits before. He, fragile as a fortune cookie, was passing by and through me, pacified by duty and patronizing beauty. His voice ached like twisted wood as he surrendered its sound to the sky. I don't believe in you and I don't believe in you and I. The armies of fear induced my eyes to part with their spheres. He had failed to embody the cowardice of his conviction, and try as he might, he couldn't inhale sharply enough to take the words back. His face hung like tomorrow's rain. His cheekbones were the cheat code to a hollow game. I had craved to believe in the ace up his sleeve. The crop circles on his skin looked alien to me. He said he can't crawl back from the guilt that he's under. He fed lies to a siren, now she's singing for supper. Tyranny's thunder, from which I am wilfully sundered, is posed to pollute this Parisian summer. The day of the fire we had run for the mountains. The man was a stranger and my mother was shouting. But we hid inside a cave where every utterance bounces. Dear diary, realign me. There was something about him. For months we inhabited and served the cave, spoke about the fire and who deserves the blame. The crime was unsolved and it hurt to say, the truth may be reserved for the pearly gates. But it was worth the wait. On the day of the Sabbath he sat me down and asked for my silence. His eyes were as closed as our pastors decided to take a deep breath before parting his eyelids. He said, I started the fire, and your father's a liar. You were trapped, unable there to carve your desire. That village was a curse on you, not worth the ground I burned it to. In setting it alight, I was serving you. Now you've heard the truth. At this news, I tried to learn to be calmer, and pin my passion like Simba when he's flirting with Nala. Practice the roar that I heard from my father. I took a word with my shaman, he was perched in the branches. Told him the wound had healed and solitude had served as a plaster, till that scar clawed back and said I've murdered Mufasa. And so the demons arose and I returned to disarm them, took the bird from the darkness, the king of the kingdom preventing further disaster with my mind soft but my pride rock singing circle of life within a circle of karma. And it was roses and splendour, till I was thrown to remember, my whole being being burned, I am known to the embers. The wheel of my life they have broken and rendered, a tire that's weightless like the clothes of the emperor, trying to harden the surface that love once cut through, till you place your hand firm on my head and we're running in circles again like duck, duck, goose. I offered the man my love-struck truth. If you are not embraced by humanity, don't burn the village into the ground. Search your spirit, there's sin to be found. He said, boy, it's better to pray than be tempting your fate. No food for thought with your head on a plate. Give it up now and take the severance pay. There are 7 deadly sins that can enter the brain. I know you well and you're devoid of envious traits, but there's 6 that you're married to like Henry VIII. You will never forget an enemy face. Draw blood for your brethren like Reginald Cray. Remember the day you took a wrong turning down to memory lane, fled for your safety, blinded by the weight of every second you wasted. Vices, they are patient, they are ready and waiting. Life is what you make it and not whether you make it. And so I sprung to escape, returned to the village so I could hunt for the saved, spurred on by the fire he'd lit under my brain. I searched for the stranger, and found nothing but cave. We were one and the same. See, there are many ways to say the truth. Growth is a south-facing garden where the sunflowers turn away from you. The man is years behind me now. I think of him sometimes, and whisper to sunshine. I never knew what it meant to hold a thought until I thought about holding you. But my grief was a party trick, a lease to be bargained with. I'll cease, but I can't desist. I see D4 disaster in leaves, flora, branches, twigs, and so I'll reach for a starter pick, a dream or a passing wish, for a sweet-talking narcissist, a sleep-walking arsonist, that he cured the darkness in.